Trick Daddy says he was cut off mid-performance after explicit lyrics that he recited at an AKA sorority event. And now both sides are claiming disrespect.
Now watch my stomach, watch the dick, watch it. Fucking music up. Don't turn my mic down, turn the music up. Turn my mic back up. Now watch the stomach, watch the dick, watch it. Jump on it. Yeah, you think jump on it. To the beat, just jump on it. Hey, you do it for the hood. Bitch ass niggas, I do it because I could. Have you started?
If y'all so conservative, like
the organization Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated says that he crossed the line and ignored clear rules, writing Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated South Atlantic region contracted with Trick Daddy, a rapper from Miami, to perform a selected list of songs after our step and stroll competition on Friday night. We met several times with him and his team to detail our requirements, including attire, language, and specific songs. Unfortunately, our requirements were ignored. The language, lyrics, and the comments made by the artists were not acceptable. I ended the performance because of the disrespect for our organization and for our brand. Trick Daddy says, though, hold on, everybody in that room knew exactly who was booked.
Do not defamate my character. I see a post with a director of the AKA, well, whatever the she supposed to be. No, and no disrespect to the AKAs. Most highly respected, some of the most beautiful, attractive, and successful women that I know are AKAs. So no disrespect to y'all. But this is to y'all regional director who got me totally f***ed up. The AKAs had their regional conference in Orlando and they booked me to perform Trick Daddy dollars. When it's time for Trick Daddy to perform at your event, what the f*** do you think he gonna perform? Don't play. That's right. So I'm performing for the AKAs, and yeah, I do jump on the. That's one of my records. You should have known that when you booked me. But don't put out no statement talking about you told me what the motherfucker, you gave me a playlist. You can't give me no motherfucker playlist. This ain't your wedding. I ain't no shorty. I ain't no boy. Anybody that was in that sedity and was sanctified, they should not been in there once I grabbed that motherfucking mic. You turned my mic off. I felt disrespected. I left. I ain't planning on never going to no mother social media. But now, you done dirtied up my name. I gotta clean my name. I gotta clear my name up.
Gotta clear his name up. Don't defamate his character.
You know, they both right. They both.
But now I got my questions are: should artists adapt to the room when they can see the room doesn't necessarily constitute their brand? And did the organizers make a bad booking call in booking Trick Daddy in the first place? What do you guys think?
I mean, come on. I mean, maybe he doesn't know that he's performing for a sorority, but when he walked in there and saw it was a room full of women, he should have known that bitch, hoe, snot, pussy, and all the other foul words that he was going to use in his records wasn't going to fly with that. You know what I'm saying? You probably had they're in a national conference, you probably had some 70-year-old women in there that was like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Come on.
He could have been in there. You shouldn't have been in there.
He could have performed the clean versions of his records, man. I mean, he could have.
Well, he said it ain't no clean versions. I have another. I didn't put that in this clip, but he did at the end of it said there's no clean versions.
But I think he could have made that clear though before, like because anytime you book somebody for this kind of stuff, like you really do go over rules. Like I'm sure they even had a writer for him just to know like what he requires, and they would have given him the requirements. I'm sure they said like we need edited versions of the music, and they're not going to preview that prior to the show. So like the fact that like you still went up there and did that, I think that they were right to cut your mic because, like, at the end of the day, she's a regional director. So, like, the people aren't going to be mad and say, like, Trick Daddy was wrong. They're going to say, you, regional director, booked the wrong person. You, the issue here. So, I think what she did was the right thing to do. And then I think also defending himself was correct. Like, you really can't give an artist a playlist and say, like, this is what I want you to perform and how I want you to do it.
They're paying.
Yeah, but that's not how it works, though.
That's how it works. If I pay you to perform, I can request you what to perform and what not to perform.
You could ask them to say, like, you can't tell them what songs and what not to perform. Like, they have their own set list. You can ask them to perform edited versions of it.
If I'm paying you to perform at my national event, and I request you to do the clean versions of your song,
you can actually clean versions, but you can't do a playlist.
Or not to perform some of your most dirtiest songs, dirtier language songs.
You said he gonna perform jump on
you
it.
Can't do Eric, this is not your wedding. Like, you can't do that even on college campuses.
But this is my event. This is not your event. We're not in your backyard. You're at my national convention.
You can't tell them. You can't give them a playlist like that.
Why can't? Yo, I'm paying you, Dex.
I know, but like when you say like don't perform your biggest songs, you got to realize a lot of these artists only have about 5 or 6 like major records, right?
How many times can you do baby because I'm a thug? Like,
right. Like, if you say like don't play this, and the third, and they only have 2 other songs, like they have to figure something.
Okay, then decline the offer.
Now that we can align with.
If you had to give a scale on who should deserve more blame for this, is it the booking, like AKA booking department, whoever that this person was, the regional director, or Trick Daddy? Who gets more blame for the outcome?
I would go 60. I would go 60-40. The sorority was wrong. They should have known what they was getting themselves into. You know,
I feel like that sorority, it's hard to say they're blaming this because like when they realized it was an issue, they pulled it, they stopped it. So like I don't want to blame them for it, and I do think that he should have enough wherewithal as an artist to walk into that room and see who he was performing for and edit his performance.
Okay. Now I'll give you an example, right? Okay, say they book Akinelli. What's his most famous song? He got one famous song.
Yeah.
You think he's not going to perform that song?
Now, my question is though, is there an issue with them publicizing online this statement where they detailed what happened, how he disrespected them, and all that stuff? Is this a problem to publicize this, or should it have just been enough to kick him off the stage?
No, because they was giving them hell on social media. like they posted these videos of him doing this stuff for whatever reason, and like the outside people were giving them hell on social media. So that's the reason why they needed to put a statement out, which is also why he put a statement out.
Once again, if I pay you and I say it's over with, it's over with. All right. It's over with. It's a wrap. You still got your little. You still got your little.
Like, you didn't have to say anything online. I wasn't going to say anything online if you didn't say. That's what he was saying.
You couldn't say anything online because you know you were in the wrong. You weren't going to say anything because what were you going to say? They cut my mic off because I was up there telling them to watch my dick. Like that's the reason why you didn't say anything.
But I will say that video that they posted of him performing, it looked a little light up in there though. It ain't look real.
All the more people left.
They was hitting the door quickly. They was like, what? After they, because I'm a thug, they were like, I'm out of here.
Baby, because I'm a thug. All right, shout out to Trick Daddy. We wish him the absolute best